Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and welcome to another live color along. Our usual meeting time, Mondays at 10 a.m. Always great way to start out a week. So I'm happy that everyone is here. A lot of people are already here. Must be a busy day in the internet world. People are logging on early. They are getting ready to color and to distract themselves from the craziness of the world, right? So what better way than coloring? So this morning we're coloring a page once again from Color Along Volume 14. And today we're using just a number 2 pencil. So get out your number 2 pencil. Kind of a tough thing to find, isn't it? I had a hard time finding a number 2 pencil when I was getting ready, when I was setting up for today's Color Along. But today's page is also, can also be found in my coloring book, Cats and Kittens. Now, if you've never attended a Color Along before, and this is your first time here, here's the deal. Color alongs are live. Anything that can happen. The doorbell can ring. The dog. I was gonna say the dog could ring. The doorbell could bark. But maybe that is what happens in your house. I don't know. Sometimes that happens in my house. So anything can happen, right? So we chat about different things. We keep it PG rated or G rated sometimes. I don't know, unless we're talking about certain topics. But we have a good time, and we color, and we chat, and we laugh, and color alongs are more of a social gathering, kind of a community gathering to gather virtually with a bunch of different friends. So I think about color alongs and I think to myself, you know, the world has this kind of new normal where we're gathering in a virtual setting, and all along we've been doing it. So we're ahead of our time. So I think that we should embrace that, and we should feel proud of ourselves that we've kind of already been doing this. So good morning to everyone. Let's say our good mornings. I'm going to flip through the Cats and Kittens books while I'm saying good morning to everyone, because this is the book that this page can be found in from today. And I remember when I was drawing this book, I was having a hard time drawing the cat. I don't know what happened to me. I wasn't able to get the body right. I guess I wanted it to look a little more realistic. And if you're someone that follows my art, you will know by now that I am not a realist. So I don't, as far as when it comes to drawing or painting, and I don't draw anything realistic. It's more of a whimsical type theme. So I was having a hard time. So I decided to just make my cats more whimsical than anything else. So let's say good morning to everyone. Good morning to Jean. Debbie Rettelberger's here this morning. Welcome, Debbie. I know that this is her first time. She's testing the waters, dipping her toe in a color along. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to ask questions while we're live today. Debbie, you can just put it in the comments, and I'll get you the answer to any question you may have. Feel free to comment. We pretty much talk about anything, Debbie, so it's pretty relaxed. I think everyone here would agree with me. We talk about food a lot, right? Good morning, Alice. Speaking of food, Alice and I always talk about food. Good morning, Sarah. Pat Christie's joined us this morning. Mamie and Chris. Hey, Chris Castelli, or who I call Castelli. Chris. Jason from across the pond is here with us this morning, along with Carrie Taylor from across the pond. So happy that you're here with us today. Alexandria, I feel like I haven't attended one of these in forever, Alexandria is saying. Alexandria, we've missed you, and we have been thinking of you, and without going into any detail, you have been in all of our hearts. So I'm glad that you're here with us this morning, and I hope that this could be a happy hour of escape for you this morning. Good morning to Bev from Canada. How are you, my friend? Who else is with us this morning? Shanna. Good morning. Cheryl's here with us this morning. Good morning, my friend Marianne. Marianne, what a great day outside yesterday. I saw your picture of you coloring outside on Mother's Day. I hope everyone had a great Mother's Day yesterday. Dawn's here with us this morning. Good morning to Dawn. Good morning to Sharon. Who else? If I missed you, I'm sorry, but good morning. Good morning to Sandra. Lynn Miller, good morning from New Jersey. Yeah, like give a shout out of where you're from, where everyone is from. One time I remember we had like 7 countries represented. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool when I see someone download something. Like last night, someone downloaded a free page from my website from Korea. How crazy! Isn't that crazy? It's just crazy to me. We're such a global. Everything is just on a global scale. I just never believed that this could happen. Alice says, I had a cookout yesterday. I spent Mother's Day with my mom, and we laughed a lot and had some fun together. And then last night, I spent time with some friends at my virtual Mother's Day paint party last night. And we painted a vase of tulips. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to be doing more of those virtual paint parties going forward. I have kind of a new way that I'm going to be introducing of how we're going to be doing them. So stay tuned to that. Good morning to Barb. How are you? India's joined us this morning. Good morning. Hey, share. You know, a lot of people watch these color along videos and they don't really say much, which is fine. You don't have to talk. You don't have to comment. Just here, kick back and color. And but I really would appreciate it if you could share this out on either your Facebook page or you can share it out on a coloring group. Shannon, I'm so sorry, Shannon. Shannon's saying I don't have a mother. She passed away. It's Mother's Day yesterday. So I'm sorry to hear that, Shannon. So this is Cats and Kittens, coloring book for all. Very whimsical. These little kittens, they kind of look like they've got a little bit of an attitude, kind of like my dog Paisley, who has a little bit of an attitude. I've decided she has an attitude. Lynn says, we had fun at the paint party. We always have fun when we get together, right, Lynn? Lynn and I feel like I could just one little comment is like laughter with Lynn. We always have a fun time painting together. So, Color Along Volume 14. Let's see where we're at here. Our first time we tackled this book was about pointillism, and then we went on to gel pens, and then we went on to the S-Men Frenzy Coloring Book for All page. I won't even say it because it happened here yesterday. A little bit, or the other day. Was it the other day? I don't even want to say it. Okay. This one is what we're coloring today. Today we're using a number 2 pencil, and I have 3 different, well, I'm supposed to have 3 different ones. Apparently my dog assistants are just not getting what I need. I want to have another one because, let me find my other pencil. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I have 3 different I have three different pencils, number 2 pencils. I have Oriole, Jot, which I really don't like this pencil, and I'm going to tell you why. It's crooked. When I'm using it, I feel like it's crooked. And then I have this other one that's just, I think it's made by General. It says USA Gold Natural, and it's got a natural colored finish to it. And I take these 3 out because they're different. When you use them, they're much different. So we're going to just color this page using these number 2 pencils as if it is a colored pencil. We'll do some blending, we'll do some shading, we'll do some different using it is just like we would definitely use a colored pencil. What is Sarah's comment? Sarah says, I love hearing your dog every day. My dog Paisley's messages every day. You know, this is the craziest part. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I actually listen back to them. I laugh because it's my voice. I'm doing it in an app on my phone. I alter the voice. I change the voice, and so it sounds more like Paisley's voice inside my head. And it just cracks me up because she's got kind of a little bit of an attitude sometimes. She's a little disgusted about things oftentimes. Jason says, can I ask you call it a number 2 here in UK? We have brand HB. So what is the equivalent to number 2? The exact same thing, HB. Thank you, Jason. I was just going to actually talk about that. Jason's reading my mind from over on the other side of the world. If you notice, sometimes it does say HB. I think on this one it does. It says it says 2HB. And this is what this means. I'm going to give you an example here. This is how this falls into it. Sometimes you'll see a pencil. I'm going to give you this little chart. Sometimes you'll see a pencil that has an H, like this, or a B. This is the side that is soft. This is kind of like the middle of the road. And this side is hard. I don't know why B is soft. I mean, H you can say is H for hard. I don't know. HB is in the middle. So this is where the number 2 pencil will fall, in this middle range. And then oftentimes you will see on the pencil, maybe it'll say 2B, 3B, 4B, and it goes all the way. Sometimes it's 11B. And then here it'll go 2H, 3H, 4H, 6H. I actually think these are in even numbers, and it'll keep going. So when you're on the side on the B side, the lower the number, the harder the pencil. So, or let's say it this way, the higher the number, the softer the pencil will be. And on the other side, the higher the number, on the H side, the harder the pencil will be. Does that make sense? So HB is middle of the road, and Jason's saying that in England, they're calling them HB, band HB. So that's another word, another name for it too, band HB, or number 2. Number 2 pencil, sometimes it says number 2 HB, sometimes it says HB band. So those are all the different types of things you're going to see on the actual pencil. Sometimes it says nothing, it just is painted. Or sometimes it just has 2, if it's 2. Remember when we were kids and we had to fill in the little circles, when we had to take the standardized testing, and we had to use a number 2 pencil so that the computer could pick it up. So think back to that. So that's what it's kind of like. Debbie's making a comment. All I have is Ticonderoga and Jot, according to Mary. And Debbie's saying my favorite number 2 pencil is a Ticonderoga. Is it the Ticonderoga Black, Debbie? Because that is my all-time favorite pencil. And you know, I have to see if I have it because I know I have one. Here it is. I use it a lot. I use it to draw with a lot. And hey, Christine. Dixon Ticonderoga 2 5/10 medium. I think that 2 mean, sometimes it's 2.5, Lynn. This is the Ticonderoga pencil that I have. It's black. Do you have this one, Debbie? Because these also come in with yellow on the outside. It's a very dark lead, and it has a black eraser. As you can see, this pencil has been used a lot. So I'll be using that one too. So let's... now I have 4 different pencils. Let's see, got to catch up with this comment. Marianne and Lynn are talking about and I'm just going to jump right in, okay? Marianne and Lynn are talking about the coloring or creativity prompt that's posted in the Just Color Coloring group. I started a couple of things, a couple of new things this week, and I'll talk about why. And if you read my email that I sent out last night or this morning, excuse me, you'll have, oh my God, there's a hiccup. You'll have an understanding of where my thought process is. But here's the deal. A lot of people are talking about, you know, the world is changing. We've got this new normal happening, right? Things are going to be a little different. We've got to get used to living life in a different way. And a lot of people are saying that we need to go back to the way life used to be, or they want to go back to the way life used to be. But how about if we think about it where we are not going to go back to the way it used to be, but maybe we want to just move forward. And maybe we want to, you know, move on to something new. And it's a really nice opportunity to kind of reinvent yourself, to kind of do something maybe you've always wanted to do, be who you've always wanted to be, try new things. So I decided to embrace that, and I'm going to start with little baby steps. I know sometimes it's overwhelming for people, but start with one thing at a time. And I'm starting out with a couple of things this week. One of the things that I'm doing is I have some creativity prompts that will be posted each day in the Just Coloring group. Today is using a red crayon. Each day there'll be a new prompt, a new creativity prompt for you. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm starting to do some pre-recorded coloring demos, and I did one yesterday. Hey, Miss Nicole. I'm starting to do, so you're supposed to be working, my friend. I love when people are supposed to be working or here, right? Isn't that funny? Are you working today, Nicole? I actually want to talk to you, Nicole, about something. I need to get in touch with you. I've been meaning to get in touch with you. So one of the things that I've got this pre-recorded coloring demo that has been posted on my YouTube channel, and it's coloring a grayscale page. I'll show it to you actually, from this book called Simple Beauty, and this is the one that I did yesterday. So I did this, recorded this video. There's a pre-recorded video where you can follow. It's like about, I don't know, 17 or 18 minutes long. And you can go ahead and watch the video, but then there's also a link in the description on the YouTube video that you can get a free page for this. So you can get this page to color for free. And this page has gotten a little big response. One person said to me, how is this not a photograph? And another person said, how do we color grayscale? So that's what's happening with this. So I'm doing those pre-recorded demos. Thank you, Mary. I think that if we sit back and get disgusted about what's happening, then we're going to be upset. But if we kind of, and you know, it's upsetting, right? But if we just kind of take it as maybe this is a new way of living. And the person that I've been following that's really been a huge influence is Caroline Mace. And if you have not followed her, she is incredible. If you need the link, just let me know. I'll get you the link. She's just incredible about just her attitude about a lot of different things. And I just think that it's really important to kind of move on. Always change what's happening. Colleen, good morning, Colleen. I was wondering what supplies we are using for today's color along. Pencils. Just number 2 pencils, Colleen. We're just using number 2 pencils. So now I'm going to move on to this Ticonderoga Black. And see these little guys in the background? I'm just going to kind of give them, if I use this pencil here, treating each one of these different brands of number 2 pencils as if it is a new color. And as far as applying different pressure will make a difference, because you can just kind of apply some different pressures to kind of make it dark or light. And look how the difference, it looks like I'm actually using different pencils, using different colors when you do that. Really heavy pressure there. Maybe a lighter pressure here, just with this one particular brand colored pencil. I'm sorry, number 2 pencil. Colleen saying, I love Paisley's daily messages. Thank you. They always brighten my day. If I decide to participate in the daily prompt that you have provided for us, where do we post our finished products? You just post them in the Just Color Coloring group, Colleen. That's where all the magic happens, in the Just Color Coloring group. Paisley's message today is about a clock. So now also don't forget, as you lay your hand across this with a #2 pencil. It's graphite, so it will actually go up, get on your hand. So I'm just going to kind of place a piece of paper over it so that I can not get that on my hand, mostly not to smudge it. Just so I can kind of rest my hand. They have a glove for this, right? Who else is making a comment? Jason, I am using the time that I am in isolation, that I've been catching up on coloring. I've started but not finished. I am really pleased with my efforts. See, you've got to kind of use it for the greater good, right? For a benefit. A lot of people are remodeling their homes. So what is anybody else doing? I mean, do you have a plan in place about how you're going to be kind of in this new way of living, this new normal? I mean, things are kind of opening up a little bit, but we're already kind of ahead of ourselves with this virtual business. All right, so now I'm going to switch over to my Oriole pencil, like the bird, and look at the difference compared to this as far as it looks like a different color. And I'll do this one kind of a really heavy pressure. So it's very, very dark. Good morning, Diana. So feel free to share this color along or this video out on your Facebook page. Let me tell you something. Airport or airplane mode does not work. Have you noticed that the telemarketers are back in action? The other day I got this phone call from Olivia, telemarketer Olivia. I don't know what she was offering, but she sounded like she was on like some sort of like, I don't know, adult movie, something like that. Kind of weird. This kind of look at the direction too. If you change the direction with the pencil, then it kind of changes. Bev says, I'm not shopping as much, which is good, only what I need. Me too, Bev, but I am shopping online a lot, so I don't know if that's good or bad. But you know, I found that I don't really need as much stuff as I ever thought I did. You know? I am shopping online, but I'm also being like I feel like I'm in like I'm reusing stuff or I'm saving stuff. I joke that if you have lunch with me and you cut the crust off your sandwich, then I will make you save it so you can make breadcrumbs. But I mean, that's not real, but I'm not really going to do that to you. But anyway, I am repurposing a lot of things. I mean, some stuff you just can't. I mean, I don't know if you have like a lot of stuff just kind of sitting. I'm not really I'm not a pack rat when it comes to stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I am not overdoing it with repurposing everything and saving every little speck or crumb or, one thing I have not done yet is started to grow my own food, which I would love to do. Hey, Tracy. Bonnie Hughes, did I see you earlier? I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I missed you. I'm buying more online than I ever used to, Bonnie is telling us. Me too. Well, I shop online a lot, but you know, I do miss the Dollar Tree because I haven't gone into the dollar store. So I've limited my in-store shopping to only like 3 different stores. And the Dollar Tree is just not one of them because I just feel like, I don't know why. I think every time I've been by there, I just feel like I can live without what's in there. But I do miss it. I miss browsing because Dollar Tree can be a fun store to shop. Well, yeah, exactly, Bev. Bev is saying using what you already have. You're right, using what you already have. I mean, I don't want to be like, you know, saving every scrap. Like, you know, people that save, well, I actually think I do save that. The bread, you know, bread ties. Like a tie from the, is anyone baking? I'm not a baker, so I'm not really baking anything. So see the difference? Just kind of how all of those little colors just kind of fall into place. If I use a light pressure there and then maybe a heavier pressure, and even the direction in which I'm coloring is kind of making a difference. You can even do a little bit of shading where you kind of have a heavier pressure maybe on this side of the rectangle and then going to go over here. Bev is saying if there's going to be a meat shortage, we all have to think about that and what healthy products we can replace it with. Totally agree with that, Bev. That part worries me, the meat shortage part of it. Because what can you replace it with? If you're someone that really needs to get that type of protein, that becomes a problem. So that is a problem right there. Just new ways of thinking, right? Maybe we just were consuming too much stuff, and it was like the planet's way of saying, hey, hang on a second, you guys, right? Hold on a minute. I'm going to actually zoom into this. Like, hold on a quick minute and just kind of relax a little bit. So that's how I kind of think of it. Sarah, I did go to Dollar General. I don't even remember why I went in there. Whatever I went in there for, they didn't have. So just kind of like a heavy pressure here. You worked 4 years in a bakery, Sarah. Oh my goodness. So I take it you are not baking bread. There's a lot of bakeries around me. I feel like I don't really need to bake bread. Besides, I don't really feel like I need bread. I don't really feel like I need to eat that particular item. I mean, I do, but I just feel like I need to cut back. All right, so I'm going to switch back to the Jot pencil. And I'm going to do this kind of divider line, but let's do it so that we have a heavy pressure here, really as heavy as I possibly can without breaking the point. And as I move on to the end, over to the right, I'm going to actually ease up on the pressure. So it is getting lighter. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Heavy pressure here. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And then I'm going to ease up on the pressure, just like you would do with colored pencils. And then I'm going to do the same thing here, dark, and then lighter in the middle. You could also kind of mix the different leads, you know. I know somebody that bakes from home and sells things out of her home. I didn't think you could do that, but I guess people can do that. There's my light pressure there on that one. And then I'm just going to kind of do a heavier pressure. And as I go up on this divider, I call it a divider line. It's my official name for it. Hey, Bonnie Miller. Sarah says, I needed pill containers for a diamond painting I'm going to try. Oh, that's a good idea. Pill containers would definitely work for that. I always get worried about saving pill containers, though. I feel like I don't know mine. I guess if you wash them out, they're okay. I have not tried diamond painting. I'm afraid that I'm going to drop all the diamonds. All right, so I'm going to go back with my Oriole, or Dixon Oriole is the official name for it. And do a heavy pressure here for this one. This kind of middle spot right here. And I do have a piece of paper behind this only because I don't want the pressure of what I'm doing to really go on the next page. And then heavy pressure here. So this is really dark. That's right there. Jason said, I don't eat meat that much. I found that I'm doing a lot more cooking than I used to. I make lots of cookies yesterday and made some scones as well as in the morning. What are you eating instead of meat, Jason? I need to find some more vegetarian meals to make. I love a scone too, Bonnie. I think I like the dryness of it. I can't even tell you the last time I had a scone. Usually when I have coloring camp, my dogs get homemade dog biscuits, but they didn't get it this time. I don't know why I didn't do it. I think mostly because I was just I didn't think I had enough flour, and then there wasn't enough flour to actually buy, so. So we've got this kind of dark pressure there. Let's go back to my, this general one. You know what's interesting is the weight of the pencils are different. That's the other part. This is very light. And I'm going to use it on its side. Look at the difference. And you could easily go back in and kind of smudge it with your hands, but I'm not going to do that. It definitely gets on your hands. It's one of those things that I wouldn't eat a sandwich after I was done until I washed my hands. But if you get it in the spot where you don't want it, you could easily erase it. And just continue on with this section here. Oh, I forgot his tail. And I think I might give his tail some stripes, just because he looks like he would have them. So just kind of add a little bit to him. I don't really know why. Eggs are full of protein. I do eat a lot of eggs, Alice. I was talking to somebody and I mean, do you eat eggs every day? I do eat eggs every day. This one is the Jot pencil, just a different one. And again, I'm going to go on the side again and kind of pull into there. Did you ever see a pizza with eggs on them, Alice? You know that guy, what the heck is his name? Guy Fieri, that cooking guy? He was at some pizza place and they made a pizza and they cracked an egg open on it. We always have to talk about pizza. It's very, very important. I'm using just number 2 pencils, Bonnie. I have 4 different brands of number 2 pencils, and I'm just alternating. I have Dixon Ticonderoga. Then I have Dixon Oriole. Then I have my black Ticonderoga. And then I have a general pencil and then Jot. I eat eggs every day too. Isn't it amazing what you can do with plain pencils? It is crazy. Just a pencil. I mean, I often joke, maybe I need to do it because I say it a lot. I want to see what I can do if I colored with a stick, a charred stick. What if I just take a stick from my backyard, light it on fire at the end, and color with the charred part of it? You can do it a lot with an omelet too. I agree with you, Mary. I'm just going to put this paper down across the bottom so that it doesn't get smudged as I color this section here. This is my Jot pencil. And I'm just going to do a heavy pressure on this vertical line that's here. And then I'm thinking I want to add maybe some dots to the areas that are in the in-betweens here. What do you think about that? They're all number 2. They are, Bonnie. All of them. They're all equal. It's just they're different brands. And I'm just alternating the pressure that I'm using. And I'm altering the pressure, the shading, and I'm leaving some white space too. That's the other thing I didn't talk about, is that I'm leaving this white space because I think it gives you some really nice contrast. So as far as what's inside here, let's take this black Ticonderoga. I'm going to give it a quick sharpen, if you excuse me for 1 second. Yes, Chris knows what I'm talking about. Guy Fieri hates eggs. Yep, it was hilarious. Has anyone ever made, I'm just going to kind of do a speckle look to this. Has anyone ever made a pizza with that? I think I might want to try it. I do eat eggs every day, though. So just kind of speckling it. And I'm trying to go like every other as much as I can. So I'm just kind of like, you know, hitting it. It's kind of like when you got, you know, when you're with your band and you say, hit it, like that. Is that what you say? I don't know. Is that what you say? I've been watching some pretty cool Facebook Lives with different musicians. Not really interested in, anyone watching American Idol now that they're from home? I'm not really enjoying it as much as I thought. Yeah, Guy Fieri, he hates eggs. So he went to this pizza place and the guy was making pizza with an egg on it. And they just kind of cracked open a couple of eggs and then they popped it in the oven and it looks delicious to me. Maybe it'll be my next pizza. I want to try a tuna melt pizza. That's my next mission. I gotta tell you, I hear a very strange noise. I don't know if it's coming from my computer. Oh, Bev, Bev's saying if I made deviled eggs, I would eat all of them. Me too. I love deviled eggs. I'm going to stick with my Ticonderoga Black. And I'm just going to start out with the heavy pressure there and then lighten up. So, and what's cool about using the number 2 pencil is the lead is nice and soft. So sticking with that same thing, that same heavy pressure, and then easing up to its light. And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do this from the top down. Maybe on a little bit of an angle. Heavy. As I move up, a lighter pressure. Same thing here. Heavy here, and as I get up, I'm going to kind of ease up, and I'm just kind of pulling away, easing up on the pressure as I go up to that spot. You've never made deviled eggs, Bev? Yeah, I like The Voice better too, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, I couldn't really watch it though, Sarah, even though it was Disney. But I did catch a little bit of it. What the heck was Katy Perry wearing? Totally freaked out, Bev. Totally freaked out. Jason saying, I have found a new band that I love. Been driving my housemate nuts with singing. What's the new band? You gotta turn us on to this. Alice says, I can't have gluten, so it's gluten-free pizza for me. What do you use to make gluten-free pizza? Have you ever tried a cauliflower crust? I was thinking of trying one, but I'm being distracted by this really weird noise. I didn't know if it was coming from my computer or if it was coming from outside. I don't know where it's coming from. One day I'll have like soundproofing in my art studio. Wouldn't that be cool? Heavy pressure here again, all the way up. Bonnie says, I'm just a plain cheese pizza person. I don't like any extras on it. Me too, really. I mean, the other day I made a pizza and I did put broccoli and fresh tomatoes on it, and it was very delicious. But usually I try to just kind of stick with just cheese. Debbie says, cauliflower crust is very good gluten-free choice. Do you have to mix it with anything? Debbie, yeah, do you have to mix it? Like, what do you do? Just rice the cauliflower? Have you ever made your own? I'm thinking making my own. Just kind of rice the cauliflower, I guess. Dawn says, when I was younger, we used to make tuna melt pizza all the time. It was yummy. I eat a tuna melt every day. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to go back over to my Dixon Oreo. I'm going to give it a quick shopping. Cauliflower is very good, Bev is telling us. I use it for mashed potato or even instead of potato and potato salad. Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh, egg and cheese mixed with the cauliflower. Thank you, Debbie. I'm going to try it. All right, so now this one I'm going to go with kind of on a little bit of an angle and pull away a little bit so I kind of get like that scratchiness look in it. So it kind of gives it a different look. So I'm kind of going like a little bit on an angle of what is there. And then for this in-between section, well, this one right here, I think I'm going to go with a darker pressure. I don't know. I'm looking like I might have to pivot. I'm not really sure. But given that heavy pressure, this is reminding me of like a football trophy. I don't really know why. Debbie says, I make my own. You can get rice cauliflower or as dry as you can. Use a cheesecloth or squeeze out the water. Yeah, I'm going to make my own. I'm going to give it my own. Bonnie says, how do you make a tuna melt? Oh, Bonnie, I love a tuna melt. This is what I do anyway. I use, well, first of all, I think it's all about the tuna. You have to put out an artsy cookbook. I do have a cookbook. I do have a cookbook called My Mom's Recipes. It's a coloring cookbook. And it's all recipes that I grew up with. I'm going to go back to my jot pencil and see if I can do a different pressure here. I do have that My Mom's Recipes cookbook. Have you seen that one, Mary? It's a coloring cookbook. Has all different recipes in it that I grew up with as a kid. All recipes from my mom's kitchen. I use Genova Italian tuna packed in olive oil. It's a little pricey, but I gotta say, I just won't eat anything else anymore. And I buy it on Amazon by the case. Like 24 cans at a time. And it comes out to like $2 a can. But I gotta say, you can get like at least 2 sandwiches out of 1 can. Sometimes you can kind of squeeze out 3. And then I use this wheat sliced Italian bread that I buy at a local bakery. And I use sliced mozzarella cheese. Typically, I think you would use rye bread, right? Or pumpernickel, and you would use Swiss cheese. But I use this sliced mozzarella cheese that I buy. And then I just turn it into bread, cheese, tuna on top, another slice of cheese, and another slice of bread. Sharon's describing it in a great way, actually. My tuna melt is just a grilled cheese with Genova tuna. Exactly, same type of thing. And then I just put it in a pan, like I would make a grilled cheese. And I either put butter in the pan, or sometimes I put olive oil. I think I like it better with olive oil. Do you use butter or olive oil, Sharon? That is the good stuff, Chris. It's delicious. This is my Ticonderoga black pencil. I'm going to lean it. I need to just kind of pivot a little bit. I got to catch up with my comments. You've never heard of that tuna before? It is, it's packed in olive oil. It's an Italian tuna. It's usually like almost $3 a can in a store, but I found it on Amazon that I can buy it for like 24 cans at a time. It's, you know, I think it has more tuna in it. Do you think so? Sharon eats the same tuna. Do you think it has more tuna in it than like a chicken of the sea or star-kissed or even a bumblebee? It's a darker than it's not really a light tuna. It's delicious. They don't have, I've never found that tuna at Walmart, Bonnie. Bonnie Hughes is asking, can you buy that tuna at Walmart? I've never found that at, Sharon says, I spread LOL white spread on the bread. What is LOL? And then grill it on my skillet. Oh, I don't have a skillet anymore. I had a Cuisinart skillet. And I used to make them like that, but now I just make it in a tiny frying pan on the stove. Are you talking about the kind of skillet that is like the panini press style? That's when it's really delicious. I think I need to buy myself another one of those. It was a Cuisinart panini press. I used it for so long that the knob had broken off, and I didn't want to part with it, so I would plug it in, and that was how it went on. It was dangerous, actually. Oh, Land O'Lakes. Thank you, Sharon. LOL, I'm thinking they make butter that laughs. Just ignore me. Is it with regular tuna on the shelf? It is. Do you want me to go get a can of it, Bonnie, so I can show you the label? Do you want me to go get it? I don't know if can I do that? Product placement? I'll go get it. Hold on. I'm going to go get the tuna. They are not open-faced. No. Hang on. I'm going to go get the can of tuna. Scarlett's looking at me like, why are you bringing tuna? Sharon, I'm cracking myself up. Look, this is it, Bonnie. I want to show this for Bonnie Miller because she's never... It's a stovetop skillet. Okay. It is regular. It's on the shelf with the regular tuna. Is it like Laughing Cow? Isn't there Laughing Cow cheese? We talk about food a lot, Jason. So this is the one. This one's in olive oil. Some of them say sea salt. Some of them say albacore. It has like a purple label. And it has a little thing you can kind of pop open. Excuse my dust on this. I don't know why there's dust on that. It was just just in the cabinet. There's the other label for the back of it. This is the tuna. I buy it in a big supply. Sharon says, me too. I'm going to make a tuna melt today. I eat a tuna melt every day for lunch. I actually make it in the morning. I put it in a container and I set it aside. So I'm not really eating it hot. I'm just kind of eating it room temperature. Anyone familiar with Pepe's Pizza, the most delicious cooked bricked oven pizza? Yesterday my son had it delivered. We still have lots left over. Okay, Mary, what time should we be there? I've never heard of that. Bonnie Hughes says, I've never seen that before. I probably don't shop the stores that carry it. They have it on Amazon. So, hey, they have it on Amazon, Bonnie. It's very strong tasting, yes. You know what I really want to... Have you ever seen the tuna that is in... I love tuna, so I could eat tuna. If somebody said to me, pick one food that you just have to eat with, and you can eat nothing else, I would pick tuna. Does anyone ever see the tuna that's in the glass jar? Sharon says, 24 cans, it has to get dusty waiting to be used. No, not really, because I use it so much. I can't keep up with it. Bonnie says, can I use different cheese than Swiss? I do not. You can use any cheese you want. You could use American cheese. You could use Munster. You could use Swiss. I use sliced mozzarella. I think it's fine. My dogs love tuna. I think that's why Scarlett was just looking at me like, where are you going with that? This is probably the craziest thing we've done in the Color Wrong, wouldn't you all say? Maybe it is a Connecticut thing. I've never heard of that, Bonnie. I mean, Mary. You know those Connecticut people, right? Oh, I love spaghetti and tuna too, Sharon. You can do a lot of things with tuna. But I think I need to make a tuna melt pizza. That would be good. Now that we're talking about this. Now that we're all talking about food. The glass jar tuna crisp. Have you ever used it? I've always wanted to try it, but it's really expensive. Lynn says, I used my Cuisinart grill a few nights ago. I made portobello mushrooms. Ooh, delicious. I turned it off with the knob in the front, returned an hour later, and it was still hot on. It was still hot and on. I had to unplug it. That's what happened to me. And then the knob fell off, and then I continued to use it. I don't like the foil package. I don't like the foil package tuna either, Sharon. My sister loves it. That, like, pouch. I don't really like that. How about the one that has like the tuna and then has a couple of crackers and it's seasoned? I'm not interested in that either. Bev says, so what do you put in the tuna for the tuna to melt? Well, the tuna is not melting. The melt pot is the cheese is melting. So it's a grilled cheese, basically, with tuna inside it. I've never had tuna noodle casserole, Dawn. Tuna in a glass jar. Yeah, it looks like little fillets of tuna. I have to go to the supermarket today. Maybe I'll treat myself and try it. I don't know. If I was buying it for someone else, I probably would do it, but. So here is my finished page. I'm done with it. I'm going to leave it the way it is. I definitely want to leave these areas here with, leave them white, and I am going to kind of clean up with my pencil a little bit around the edges. So it is cool that it will just kind of get cleaned up. Be nice and neat. So number 2 pencil. Amazing what you can do with a number 2 pencil. And we just use these 4 different brands. This general one, Ticonderoga, Dixon Ticonderoga, Jot. I think this was from the dollar store. And this black Ticonderoga. No, it's two-faced. It's two-faced, Bev. It's two-faced. It is what holds the tuna together in the tuna mill? Mayonnaise. Make tuna like you would with mayonnaise. Sharon's saying, I put my tuna on plain, but you could use chopped celery and mayo if you like. Oh, I never put it on plain. I just mix it with mayo. So like I was making just like tuna. And I just mix it with mayonnaise. So like a spoonful of, like a tablespoon of mayonnaise with 1 can of tuna. Mix it up. And then you just put the tuna on inside the sandwich between the 2 slices of bread. So it's not open-faced. Isn't it just kind of like the craziest conversation we've ever had, Bonnie? Dawn is giving us the recipe for tuna noodle casserole. Tuna, noodles, peas, and cream of mushroom or chicken soup. Did you hear about Campbell's soup, by the way? Something's happening. They say stock up. Parmesan cheese, other spices, and cook or make your own cream sauce. It is good. I think I need to try that. I've been buying this brown rice pasta that's been really delicious. Do you think it looks 3D? It kind of does look 3D, actually. You know what we need to do? We should compile like a cookbook amongst all of us. Oh, I'm a Mayo fan. I shouldn't be a Mayo fan, but I do love it. It does kind of look 3D. Bonnie's saying it looks 3D. Kind of this is what's making it look 3D. And I think that because this white section's here. Okay, let's take a look at what the next color along will be. I'm not going to touch it here with my with my eraser remnants. The next color along we're working on next Monday is on the 18th, and we'll be working on this page, which is from my book called Dangles, Coloring Book for All, and we're going to use glitter gel pens. So this is one of my favorite books, actually. I just kind of did this as a whimsical style little book. All the pages are similar to this. They have all different types of things dangling. Bonnie Hughes says, I was just thinking it's a very crazy conversation, but I'm learning a lot. It is a crazy conversation. Poor Debbie's here for the very first time, and she's probably thinking, what have I gotten myself into? You think you could probably make it open-faced, Bev. I think if you put a lid on the pan, it would melt the cheese. Sharon says, I don't like Campbell soups, too much salt. I like Progresso. I don't like any type of canned soups because of the salt. Bonnie Hughes says, I love the picture. Mushroom and tomato are staples. I'm not a fan of the mushroom. Lynn likes mushrooms, but I'm not a fan of the mushroom. Okay. This is what the next call along is going to be. This Wednesday, the draw along group meets, and if anyone is interested in still joining the draw along group, you're more than welcome to. You can just purchase the book on Amazon. And again, this page that we colored today also can be found in my book, Cats and Kittens. Just a very whimsical book of all of these crazy little cats with their little kitten friends hanging out. Some of them are kind of misfits with only one eye. See where that little one-eyed guy is. But it was funny because when I was drawing this book, I kept thinking, man, these cats just don't look good. So I decided to make them look more like how I would draw. Bonnie Hughes says, I love Dangle's coloring book. I do too. It's one of my favorites. It was a lot of fun to draw. I've thought about drawing another one. Just not really sure. I don't know, Bonnie Miller. What's happening with the soup? I saw something about Campbell's soup. It said if you are a fan of Campbell's soup, stock up because something was happening. Debbie is saying, don't think you're crazy, but you color like lightning. Well, I guess I should have told you that, is that every color along, I always finish the page within the hour. So I never leave it unfinished. I don't want anyone to be thinking, man, it's taking like an hour to finish one leaf. So I always color something. It only takes me an hour. I always make my own soup too, Sharon. Campbell's soup uses a lot of mushroom soup. Yeah, it's a lot, something to do with it. Mushroom omelet will be lunch today. Well, I'm eating a tuna melt. I'll be thinking of all of you while I'm eating that tuna melt. And what can I say? Thanks for joining me today. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope that that I'll see you back on Monday the 18th. Hope you have a great day. Check out the video for that grayscale page for the coloring demo. I'll be posting coloring demos once a week. Jean's asking, what are the dates for July camp? Oh, good question, Jean. July camp is, actually, let me see if I can get the information for you so I can show it to you. The July camp is going to be July 19th through 25th. I'm going to print it. I'm going to print it out. I don't have something that I can show on the screen because I wasn't that prepared. I felt like I should have, I felt like it was getting too close to promoting it. So I didn't really want to do too much with promoting it on, I felt like it was too soon. But maybe I guess it's not, right? Is it? I guess it's not. All right, I'm going to print this information for you. We can look at it. Thank you, Bonnie. It was fun because we were talking about food. What else is fun? What else do we need to do? Let me grab that information. Hang on, you guys. I want to talk to you about the dates for the color along, for the coloring camp, and the topics. You get to see the topics. If we can just cross our fingers that my printer's going to print. It's printing. Talk about anticipation, right? Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, so summer coloring camp, July 19th through Saturday, July 25th. We've got a lot of giveaways lined up so far from different artists that we've never really seen before. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Totally different coloring tutorials throughout the entire coloring camp week. I always ask previous campers, or I ask in the group, what would you like to see? And some interesting, some great feedback is always given to me. So we're starting out the week with basic color theory because Sharon had asked, can we do something to do with color theory? So we're going to do basic color theory. I don't have the book yet because it just hit Amazon over the weekend. And then on Monday, we'll be tackling tie-dye with watercolor pencils. Then we'll be working on burnishing with colored pencils. We're going to draw the camp hut because there's the cover of the book right there. We're going to be doing a grayscale painting during coloring camp of a vase of flowers, actually. And then we're going to work on another technique called speckled, which we've never done before at a live color along. We're going to do something different. And then the last day is ocean, sky, and land. And a lot of people had asked about learning how to draw clouds. And this is what this is going to be all about. So we're going to tackle the ocean, coloring the ocean, the sky, and the land, and doing different things to the sky. So some interesting coloring tutorials that are there. The other part that is happening is that there's activity pages. They include a brain teaser. They include a word scramble, a word search, color by number, and I cannot think of the other one off the top of my head right now. And the color alongs will happen every day at 10 a.m. and will last about an hour like we did last time, and then every day you'll have a chance to win something. So if you're interested in participating in coloring camp for the summer, the books are $21.99. It includes the book, which has 2 copies of each page, and then you can you'll be put in a private Facebook group, and we'll watch the videos every day, and we'll camp together. It's a lot of fun. This is the 9th camp, I believe. I feel like I'm losing track here. I did 4 in 2018. No, 4 in 2019, 2 in 2018, so there's 6. This is the 9th one. This will be the 9th camp. So I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to get this book out by June 1st, and I'm way early because I thought it was going to take a week for them to approve it, but it's there on Amazon, and it's available, or you can get the PDF on my website. If you're part of the membership with me, then the books will ship on June 1st to everyone. So, hope you have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. It's been a blast.